What does it mean to you to be performing in Brisbane, which is notoriously a city in Australia that doesn't really see much wrestling love? It's usually Melbourne, Sydney, Perth recently. How does it feel to be here in Brisbane?
I've been here before. I performed here before too. I love going to the Australian Zoo when I'm up around this area, but it's great. I mean, any time that you can get to markets and countries that you don't get to a lot, just because of the sheer travel of it, the logistics of it, it's super fun because generally speaking, those audiences are live.
Absolutely.
You know, and any time you can get a hot crowd, it makes whatever it is you're watching, whether it's a hockey game, whether it's wrestling, whether it's a concert, the experience is going to be better based on the audience.
Yeah.
So I've always said, just come to have fun.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you it will make everything better.
Yeah.
Because we fuel off of
Exactly.
That's our fuel.
It's kind of like not saying to my American watchers here, not saying that America get it often, so it's downplayed, but we get it once in a blue moon.
So you're
when
going to enjoy it. Right?
It's Christmas for us,
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah.
How has it been adapting to the Australian climate and time zone? I heard you haven't been here too long. You're still half asleep.
Yeah.
I went to Philly last year for WrestleMania, and I was similar. I got off the plane and was like, it's a long way to fly, you know? So
it is.
How's it been?
I mean, I landed at 10 a.m. We're at what, 2 now?
Yeah, we are at 2, exactly.
So
2, yeah.
I'm still doing okay.
You're doing well.
I'm doing okay.
Haven't hit a wall yet, or push through that wall?
I'm going to push through the wall. Coffee will help with that.
Absolutely.
After this, I'm going to work out, try and get just moving,
Yep.
you know, and feeling loose. And then I'm going to try and stay up until about 10 p.m. tonight, if I can. I don't know if I'm going to make it, though.
Might hit 8:30 and
it might
start
be,
nodding off.
Might be done, yeah.
Okay, so this is more of it does hit personal, but it's not specifically the ones we're up to yet, but flying internationally to perform on a global TV for a booming brand, it's an unreal feat when you look at it, to anyone, right? What words of advice would you give the younger generation watching this weekend's show and aspiring to be like you and the rest of the staff that are on this weekend?
I mean, now, I think with the proliferation, easy for me to say, of social media and everything, I think it's a little easier to get your name out now.
Yep.
And I think more than anything, just knowing the possibilities of being from Australia and actually having a shot to make it. And I think, you know, you look at Tony, you look at Kyle, you look at Buddy, and you look at Rhea, and you look at, you know, Jay White, and it's possible.
Yeah.
You know, whereas before it was a much harder thing to break into, just geographically, right? Even when I came in, it was hard being from Canada.
Yeah.
And that shares a border.
Exactly.
So I think more than anything, it would just be having the knowledge that, like, this is doable.
Yeah.
And there's people out there that have already started hacking the path.
Doing it,
with the
essentially,
machete.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. Look, one of the last times you toured Australia, on a televised circuit this is, it would have been back in like 2002, 3-ish, and it was a much different, younger, a little bit more hair version of yourself.
A lot more hair.
How does it feel to be back here, 20-something years on, and still being a main event draw?
So what's interesting is...
Actually, I think was it you and Jericho, Global Warming Tour?
Yes.
You had the chair, you sat in the plastic chair, you flipped him off.
It was me and Jericho, and I climbed a pole
close
and
to
filming
ringside.
Stuff. Yeah.
That's a
was
memory
the
trip,
first
that
time.
one. Yeah.
Then I've done a couple of tours since then, and I came for a media tour when I tore my Achilles because I found myself feeding Crocs with a torn Achilles, which was scary.
Yeah, I bet.
But I mean, it's kind of surreal. But what I didn't do with the first run is I didn't know it was going to end the way it did. So I didn't really factor in, oh wait, I'm not going to perform in Australia again.
Yeah.
That was just suddenly gone. So to be able to fast forward all this time and be back from retirement and back in a country I never thought I'd perform in again, I mean, now I realize I have to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Really experience it, really be in the moment, because, I mean, let's face it, this is the last time I'm going to perform in Australia, right? So knowing that and going in with that mindset, it makes it
A little bit more special.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Really does.
Look, over the course of your career, you've always found a way to kind of reinvent the wheel, so to speak. You've always got a version, sometimes a revamped version of Cope that the crowd love to see. Even when you're the heel, how do you still continue to come up with new ideas and character work?
I think more than anything, it's it's not even so much the character as it is the story with other characters and how you can build those. Because I'm at a stage, I guess, where I tried to reinvent the wheel and it wasn't working, right? And I go, okay, well maybe it's because now, again, with social media being the way it is, you can see more into our real lives.
Yeah.
So you've watched a guy come back from an injury that no one's ever come back from. Okay, well maybe people don't want to hate that.
Yeah.
So now it's, okay, if this is the lane that I'm navigating now, then how do we create interesting stories with other talent, with what I bring to the table? So that's, I love that.
Yeah.
You know, that's the stuff that will keep me awake at night.
It's a bit of the psychology.
Okay, yeah, I got this idea.
A lot of the...
Ooh, what if we spun that? What if we brought this character in and then that character? And then, you know...
Stuff the public eye doesn't really get to see or think about. Really.
No,
so,
no.
Yeah, that's a good answer, actually. I was a little bit curious with that question because I thought that could go either way. That could be I'm just good at what I do or, anything.
No,
so, I mean, you are great at what you do.
But I put a lot of thought into the aspects of the story and the beats. And I try to, when I'm thinking of putting a story together, going, okay, need a highlight video.
Yeah.
So we got to give those moments or those sound bites, and so it can all be kind of packaged together for the pay-per-view match.
Look, if I'm going to be honest, I think an Edge or a Cope or an Adam Copeland promo has always been probably the ones that move fans the most. At least speaking from, I'm TLC 2 days, so like I'm a long time ago, but at the same time, it's like you've always had the true grit.
Well,
you've always got those one-liners that they stick with you after the promo comes out, and you go, like now I'm invested. Now I've got to see what's happening.
And the one thing, even when I talk to younger talent, they're like, so how do you approach a promo? I find one thing that Adam, the person, actually believes.
Yeah.
And then hopefully the fiction should follow that truth.
Yeah.
Hopefully. And that's generally what I try to do, is find one thing that I can bite into, not as a performer, but as the human being. Go, right, okay, I actually believe that. So if I can focus on that, that's going to come out with some real intent, and hopefully everything else kind of falls into place.
Yeah, 100% it does. So my last question is, what's it like being a locker room leader and somewhat training or mentoring the new generation of talent coming through AEW?
Man, it's awesome.
Yeah?
I love it. I've told everyone, here's my number. Just if you want to reach out, great. If you don't, great. It's okay. It's really fun to sit down with talent and just see how excited they are and see how much they want to grow. I got all day for somebody like that. Somebody that just wants to pick brains and try and create. I love it. I love getting in the ring with them. We got the ring down in Asheville now, and we have a lot of talent coming through there, and just kind of sitting with them and trying to explain thought processes of certain things. And I love trying to sit down and create promos or create character ideas or story ideas. Really, really enjoy it. And I mean, I had it done for me so much early in my career, between the Bret Harts and the Harley Races and the Michael Hayes and the Pat Pattersons and all of these guys that took time with me. It's fun to kind of, I guess, be in that position now, where
pay it forward almost.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah.
And it really is a really fun, enjoyable thing to be involved in. To be in, the ground level of some of these people's careers is really fun.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you for your time, Cope, and also good luck this Saturday.
Thanks. Should be fun.
Cheers.